Hey, what's up everyone? It's Dolbeck. All those people in OPR have bow and fire staff, okay? So all those people, all what they want is to have someone who stagger and kill chain the enemy for them so they can melt him with the fire staff or the bow. So this build is gonna be just to enable your team in some way. You see what I mean? Chewie, you're so aggressive right now, okay? So, Chewie, you're gonna need a shield and a flail to defend yourselves of the people like Chewie, because this is really dangerous, okay? Kinda medium tanking build for OPR. You want to speedrun some OPR and just enable the people while, yeah, enabling your team while disabling the enemy team and you want to win as quick as possible. So I found a build that is pretty nice for that, and that you're gonna get all those perks. You're gonna get a bit of damage, a bit of enfeebling and empower, and yeah, stuff like that. And what is the nice about that is there's a tons of CC. It's maybe one of the build with the most uh crowd control into the game. There's a lot of you're gonna see it's armor and flail together, it's very good and it's medium armor and I would recommend if you're into a group you can queue up as a tank if you want, but if you solo queue in OPR into this build, queue up as a melee DPS and play off the other melee. It's gonna be pretty nice for them. And now I'm gonna show real quick what's the main goal of the build and the gear that I had at this moment. It's maybe not the best gear, but it's gonna show like a bit like you know what I mean. And there could be a couple good weapon perk that could make this better, but right now I just focus on defensive perk just and DPS just to make a starter build like that, and if I really like it I'm gonna do it more, but it worked. Like I did uh, like 6 OPR tonight and 5 of them was like win, like really quick win. I had almost a hard time to get my 3000 points since it was so quick, so it's good for the PvP track. And yeah, so with the Odo, you got a buff on both weapon on knocked down foes, okay? And even if it's your teammate that knocked down, it's working. So it's pretty good. And then you got a 12% against target affected by slowed, but this one is only on the flat. It's probably not on both, okay? So you get a 20% more damage to stunned or knocked down flow and apply on both weapons. So it's gonna apply to my hammer. And with my hammer, I put keen speed only because, I want more movement to be able to push deep into the clump and just make the team move forward because, I don't want to just make it stall into like the door and stay there. My goal is just to push it so it's over. And if it fell, well, at least the OPR, even if we lose it, it's gonna be quick too, you know what I mean? So yeah, Flodo, the Odo played pretty nice, and then I got some piece with some conditioning on it. Void Dark Plate, the armor buff is pretty good. You can do this with a couple other artifacts like the Tumbler boot, Tumbler foot wrap as example. This is like a two perker slash an enchanted ward. It's pretty good. I had too much magnify if I was putting another uplight or whatever. So shuriken heal, I got 1 stack. It's not a big deal. Flame conditioning and hasted vigor. This one is pretty good. And this shield is only for the DPS. And then I had some trust, protection, stamina recovery, Invigorated punishment for the damage with the RT, it's very helpful, and then Endless Thirst. I play a lot with Endless Thirst, it's one of my favorite artifacts in the game. Almost whatever the build I do, it's always a good option. This is the Stoneform that I use. Since I had no teammate to play off, I would not use the Explose one. I'm just gonna use the one that make me survive the most. We're not doing Detonate Crash in OPR with those group. This is the attribute that I use. 25 focus for the cooldown reduction, you know. And I feel like the 33% stamina regen is a sweet spot. And then when you do heavy attack with your hammer, you're gonna get really tanky. So that's a nice thing with the 350 con. You can do the same thing, but with 350 strength and 200 con. And that could be good too. So I'm gonna show the weapon mastery. There's a my goal was very like only to have the most CC as possible. I know that there's other armor build out there, you know, but my goal is to abuse the auto. You see, this knock down the people to the ground. So if I like if he attack them one more time or light attack them, I'm gonna get the damage buff on it. And same thing with the shockwave, so I get some damage buff even with the clear out, you know, so all those ability just make me boost with the auto. And yeah, the hammer is pretty good just for a tank, you know. And then for the flail, I kinda going for the same thing. There's the trip, so it knock down the people, then you can hit them a bit, and you know they are on the ground, so you get the DPS buff from Odo. And then Arcane Smite is a stagger, and Barrage is like a stagger too, with some slow stuff like that. So I kinda liked running around with this build. I tried with Arcane Vortex and instead of Arcane Smite, and Arcane Vortex feel pretty good too. It's maybe even better than Smite. Like I'm just playing around right now, and you know, right now into this video, this is what I was using tonight. But I feel like the Arcane Vortex could be better. That depend on the group composition, I guess, too. And if you have the weapon perk too, but even without the weapon perk, the Vortex just insane ability. It does a cleanse, it does a haste, it does everything. Empower, like there's nothing that Arcane Vortex don't do almost. So it's just a crazy shit like this. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. I'ma post more content every day. Subscribe, like, and comment to YouTube Dolbeck Entertainment. And make sure to tell someone you love them. Peace out.
Fat, what you doing? We go mid.
I'm down, I'm down, I'm down. Sorry, I tunnel vision. I'm just a big
We all get
tank with no
television.
brain, you know? I took so many hits.
Poor Fat died.
GG.
I think we might win this, guys.